Hey there folks, Brian here. Hope this video finds you safe and healthy and happy and well, whatever it is you're doing and wherever you are. So a number of you know that I am running a workshop next week, a tarot coaching workshop, Tarot Coach Session Success in fact, it's happening on Wednesday and Friday of next week. I can't quite believe that it's come around so quickly, but it's happening on Wednesday and Friday. The same workshop run twice so that people from different time zones can participate. I've had a couple of questions about the workshop and I thought I would address those in a couple of short YouTube videos, and so this is the first one of those. So first of all, thank you, by the way, to those of you who have signed up already. We've got about 60 people signed up already, which is just amazing. And there are more people signing up all the time. So I'm really thrilled and I'm looking forward to seeing many of you there. I know that I've interacted with some of you before, some in person, some online. But many of you I haven't had the privilege of meeting before, and I'm really looking forward to that. So yeah, thank you very much for your interest and for participating in the workshop. And I wouldn't be doing this had it not been for everyone's enthusiasm and encouragement, because it really came about because I just had this idea that it might be fun to run a workshop on how to run a successful tarot coaching session, because that's what I do. And I thought, well, maybe others would be interested in this too. So I'll put out some feelers, which I did on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook, and I've just been blown away by the response. So really exciting, and I've been busy, hard at work, figuring out the content for the workshop and putting together the bonuses for the workshop and figuring out the tech for the workshop, which is that's a steep learning curve for me, but we're getting there. It'll be fine. It'll be all right on the night. So really great and very grateful to be able to do this and to bring this workshop to you. So a couple of questions I've had in relation to the workshop. First of all, those of you who are attending, a couple of you have asked, what do you need to do in terms of preparation? You don't need to do anything. You just need to bring yourselves, bring your open minds, open hearts, a notepad and pen. You don't even need a notepad, because I'm providing everyone with a little printable workbook, downloadable workbook that you can print out, and it guides you through the workshop. And just bring your enthusiasm and your questions. And really what I'm hoping for from this workshop is that you hear what my approach to tarot coaching is and you make it your own. You put your own slant on it, because that's what really makes it tangible and makes it yours. And just to be very clear, by the way, when I talk about tarot coaching, I'm not talking about teaching people how to teach people how to read tarot cards. You could do that if you want. That's a very valid thing to do. But what this is about is teaching workshop participants how to coach people using the cards as a tool, a very powerful tool within the coach's toolkit, so you get really successful sessions. That's what this is all about. So let me just take a sip of coffee from my fabulous Dolly Parton mug. What would Dolly do? That is a question we could all do with asking ourselves more of. Not a bad question to ask when life gets tough. What would Dolly do? The other question, the big question about this workshop I've had from some people is, why would I want to be a tarot coach? What's so good about tarot coaching? Well, I can't give you the full answer to that, because that's partly what the workshop's about, and I don't want to spill all the beans before the workshop itself. But I do want to just say that for me, professionally I've coached for 12 years now, and I've been reading tarot for 30 years. And I can tell you, hand on heart, that I've seen nothing like the power that comes from melding these two modalities together. If you want to get real results in your life or your clients' lives, it's a fantastic merging of modalities, and really definitely one of these things where the sum is the total is greater than the sum of the parts and all that kind of malarkey. It definitely is just this marvelous synergy of methods, and what you get from that synergy is far beyond anything you might believe until you try it for yourself. So that's the first thing to say. The other question, and I'll say more about tarot coaching as this video goes on, but the other question that people often ask, and they ask this of any kind of coaching actually, is, do I need to be perfect and have it all together, either in my life or as a tarot reader, before I become a tarot coach? And the answer is no, you definitely do not. And this is one of the most important myths to smash. I think sometimes people feel that in order to be able to coach other people, to help other people find their way to a better life or better relationships, a better job or better health or whatever it is, they need to have it all together themselves, and that's just not true. If you think about it, you know, if somebody's really perfect at something already and they're kind of unconsciously perfect at something, they probably don't make very good teachers or coaches in that thing, because they don't know what it is they're doing. They don't know what it is that makes them perfect. They just are. They've just got it together. If you're, you know, born into the world able to play a violin like Stradivarius, then, you know, you might be able to teach people how to do that, but you might not, because it might just be so intrinsic to you, so obvious to you, that you can't almost unpick the pieces that provide you with the steps that you would then teach somebody or coach somebody through. So I would say the most important criteria for any kind of coaching, and certainly for tarot coaching, is that you are human. You're human and fallible, and that you have gone through some things in your life. You've fallen over and picked yourself up. You've had some successes, some failures. You've reflected on what's gone well and why it's gone well. You've reflected on what hasn't gone so well and why it hasn't gone so well. You've reflected on what tools have supported you through difficult patches and all that kind of stuff, because that's going to make you, A, more approachable to a prospective client, and B, it's going to make you more understanding of that client and what they're facing. So no, you do not need to be perfect. You also don't need to be perfect in terms of your tarot knowledge. You don't need to have memorized the history of tarot and know exactly in which year, in which part of Italy the first tarot cards emerged, or any of that kind of thing. You don't need to know the details of every tarot system, whether it's Marseille or Thoth or Rider-Waite-Smith or anything else. You do not need to know any of that. If you happen to know those things, great. But no, you do not need to know those things. Those are not the most important things. The most important things are that you come to this with a coaching mindset, and my workshop actually is about how to do that and how to use a coaching structure to guide yourself through it. The other thing to say about, you know, this idea of perfection is you will be able to see something in your client that they cannot see themselves. We're all very, we know this, don't we? We're very good at seeing some of the stumbling blocks that other people are about to blunder towards, or that they could just step over if they went in a slightly different direction, when they can't see it themselves. And it's because we're not so invested in looking over the shoulder. You know, if you're trying to solve your own problem, as well as trying to solve the problem, you might also be thinking of all the things that could go wrong and all the other pressures that are being brought to bear on you. And certainly many of your clients, if you're working with other people, will be experiencing that. And what they'll be looking for from you as a coach or a tarot coach is to help them work their way through those blind spots, because you will see them. You'll see a certain aspect of them more clearly than they can see themselves. That's true of all of us. You know, somebody once said, you know, a circle has got 360 degrees, but we can only ever see 359 of them, because we're the 1 degree that we can't see. We can't look directly at ourselves. We only ever see ourselves as a reflection, or reflected in other people. And so the role of the coach, and I would argue the role of the tarot cards, is to be a medium for that reflection, which allows a client to come into their own and to see something they wouldn't have seen otherwise. And oh my goodness, if you bring those two things together, the coaching and the cards and the client, power, absolute power. It's just amazing. And of course you can be the client, so you can be the client and the coach. And if you're the client and the coach and you've got the cards and you take a coaching mindset to your tarot readings, you know, you can see exponential results and movements forward. So I just wanted to bust some of those myths about the perfection you have to have before you can be a tarot coach. Really, the thing you need is humanity. The other thing you need is you need to want to help people. So you need to have this desire to help people, to help themselves. And as I say, mixing together coaching and cards is a fantastic way of doing that. But it's not just about banging out the cards and looking at them and hoping you get an answer from them. No, that's not what tarot reading is about either, and it certainly isn't what tarot coaching is about. So in the workshop, I'm teaching people about how to create a coaching container, both before somebody enters the coaching process, and then also as they enter the coaching session itself. So how do you have that broad container of the coaching process, and then a specific container of the coaching session? How do you, what model do you use? And there are many different models. I have my own tarot-based coaching model, the ACEs model, which looks at the elements of awareness, choice, energy, and surrender, and helps a client to connect with all of those in a systematic way that can help them move forward. We learn about how to take that combination of client and cards and coach and tap into what I call the well of wisdom, which just offers up so many great insights for a client so that they can move forward. We look at reflective practice, we look at how to record and feed back in sessions so that each session builds on the previous session, and clients, and again I'm saying clients to mean either somebody you're coaching or yourself if you're coaching yourself, because you can absolutely self-coach with tarot as well as coach with tarot, then everything builds on top of that. So that basically is it. What do you need to be a tarot coach? Should you become a tarot coach? If you love helping people, if you have an instinctive if you feel instinctively drawn towards coaching and or tarot, and you love to help people, and you recognize the way that tarot can open up all kinds of new perspectives and opportunities in ways that continually surprise and delight you. Tarot never ceases to thrill and delight me when I look at the way that it can open things up for somebody who's engaging with the cards. Then yes, tarot coaching could well be for you. So if you are interested in learning more about tarot coaching, you're very welcome to join this workshop. It's still, places are still available. The URL for it is up there on the whiteboard, bit.ly/BCC tarot, and I'll also pop the link below. And you can choose from either the Wednesday or the Friday broadcast, or you can attend both. That would be absolutely fine. It'll be the same workshop both times, but you're welcome to attend both times if you really want to. And you'll get all the bonuses, and you'll have access to the replay afterwards. So even if you can't show up live, you'll be able to watch the workshop afterwards and have all the bonuses and so on. So I hope that's answered the broad question of why you might be interested in this, and I hope you are. And if you are, click below, sign up, and I'll see you in one of the workshops next week. So until then, or until next time here on this channel, take care of yourselves. See you soon. Bye.